Welcome back. We currently have one daydream left at the moment, and that's Project Orbal Gear. Number 4, Part 1. Which only seems right, because, again, how we started off these kinds of things in the doors we were going through. It started off with an Orbal Gear story, so it makes sense. Makes sense. Part 1, though. Orbal Gear. And that was mint as well. Looks like most of the problems have been addressed. The combat data from the last test proved useful then. Betty, I owe the team a lot. The Orbal Gear number 3 is officially complete. Then you get a passing grade, I suppose. So, what next? Oh, I haven't given that much thought, actually. Which means your schedule is open. Try analyzing this. It's a box. What is it? No questions. But then how? Oh, you want me to figure that part out? There is no rush on your findings, nor is there any need to provide periodic updates. You're free to proceed however you wish. Is there something else? No. It's just you seem to be so swamped with work lately that I was wondering if I could help lighten the load. I'll help!
That's what I'm here for!
Hello.
What?
There you are, Professor Russell.
Oh, there's Agate as well.
Long time no see, Professor Schmidt, and thank you for keeping a watchful eye over my Tita.
Mom, why are you here? Why are all of you here?
Sorry to drop in, Tita. We were just escorting your mom.
All of you?
And I'm here on a job. A very troublesome job, as it so happens.
How so?
That can wait. There's something much more important here than work. And that's you, my baby's breath bundle of cuteness. Oh, how your mommy has missed you.
Oh dear.
Mom?
And you've only gotten cuter. Oh, I can't believe it. It's a scientific marvel. They gotta have laws against going over cute capacity because I just can't take it.
Stop it, Mom! Everyone is watching!
Let 'em. I get to hug and kiss and love on my favorite little girl. My Tita tank's been running on empty for months.
Professor?
Yeah, we're all here.
Just let her get it out of her system.
Agate is so used to this at this point.
Poor Tita. Please. This is so embarrassing.
If you're going to fritter away my time, do it where I can't see it.
I'm sorry.
My apologies. I sometimes forget that my enthusiasm could give a man with already one foot in his grave a heart attack.
Ooh, burn.
There you are with that cheek. I would assume you were the child if I didn't know that was your daughter standing next to you.
Why, thank you. My imagination is as rich as a child's.
That's a bit of a stretch as a comeback, but okay.
A good thing, too, since my partner now is a senile old fart whose last good idea may have predated our concept of time.
That's a better comeback.
The nerve.
Look at him, he's smiling.
I can't tell if they hate each other or if this is just their thing.
It's their thing. I mean, he was smiling, which is so unusual for him.
I'm leaning toward the latter. She's the only engineer I know who can have at it with the professor.
Probably because she's gonna be him in 30 years.
Oh god, yeah.
Unlike her old man who just loves throwing whatever shit he can find together. These two develop tech with specific goals in mind. They also don't mind throwing everyone else under the bus if it means meeting those goals.
Hey, Red! I got ears.
So, the job?
Right. time to get down to business.
You know what I wanted to say.
So you're forming a team to handle problems the Black Workshop left behind?
In short, yes.
The workshops left scars all across the land. Their weapons, autonomous and otherwise, are on the black market. It could be people are scavenging for remnants of them.
However they're going about it, it's gonna be a problem in time. The guild's on full alert.
That sounds rough. No wonder you're here.
I came here as a representative of ZCF after receiving a formal request from the Imperial government.
Professors Schmidt and Russell are acting as the linchpins of the team. I'm here since I was connected to the workshop, and the guild is working with us as a safety measure. All of this is being coordinated via the Reinford Company. We'll be investigating old sites while figuring out what to do with the weapons we find in said sites.
I see. I'm surprised you agreed to help, Professor.
I don't see it as helping. I couldn't care less what the government or the guild wants.
Schmidt would get that right there. Well done on the couldn't.
All I want is the data the Black Workshop left behind.
Yeah, I can't wait to get my hands on it all.
You two have a one-track mind. Do you think I could be a part of the team? I'd love to be of some help.
I'll help!
Well,
You don't have to do a thing, Tita.
but
I did say this job is troublesome, but as you can see, we have more than enough people to go around. And I didn't come all this way for nothing.
We don't even have to worry about funding, since RF and the government's footing the bill.
Father was such a large part of this that my mother and I are by default. If it takes all of Reinford's resources to put an end to it, then that's just what we'll have to do.
And if anybody tries to get rough, they got the bracers to let them know what's what.
I mean, I was never going to worry about that. I know you guys are there.
Then you know we're all set. The best thing you can do right now is focus on school.
But what about you? You're in school too.
I sure am. Dean Collins allowed this as part of extracurricular activities.
Dean Collins?
I might even present a new thesis based on my findings.
So why can't I do what you're doing?
Well,
There's nothing you can do for this team. Why not make sure Makarov's damn niece doesn't set fire to the building while I'm out?
that's fair.
Oh, Professor, I know Mint can be a lot, but even she wouldn't.
There's gonna be a little fire appear behind them.
Whoa! That wrench went flying!
Aw, would have been funny if there's suddenly smoke started rising.
Huh? How'd it get caught in the vents? Whoa! It caught on fire! This place is about to go up in smoke!
There we go.
I'm on my way.
Dear, oh dear, Mint. Daydream, Project Orbal Gear, number 4, part 1. It's Barney's! So, we'll be hanging out in the Empire for quite a while. A little while, you might say. How long exactly? This particular problem's pretty broad, so we're thinking it'll take about 4 months or so. That long? Dan and that maniac should be able to hold down the fort just fine. I still find that weird as a phrase. Because over here it's hold the fort. Why do you need to hold it down? It's very weird. I've got some things that need taking care of as soon as I'm back. But who could resist all this workshop business? Are you sure there isn't anything I can do to help? I'll help. It's fine, don't worry, my little angel. The schedule itself isn't very packed, to be honest. Most of our time will be spent on data analysis. Yep, and if anything decides to get in our way, we'll give them a real smackdown and settle things in a jiffy. So don't stress, okay? If you say so. And if push comes to shove, I can always sacrifice this guy here, I don't mind. Mum, just kidding. Bullshit. Oh, Agate, you silly, stupid man. Why would I have to resort to sacrificing you when there are so many other fun ways to use a pack mule over the next 4 months? Fun, huh? You can lay off the murderous intent any time now. Oh, it'll be fun, all right. Fun for me. Agate's stuck looking over his shoulder for the rest of his days. It's like her obsession with Agate has gone into overdrive after he and Tita went to the Empire. You do live a life of suffering, don't you? A normal person would have keeled over by now. Must be the A rancor in you. Can you not sound so impressed? Ah, lovely tea. What's got you so giggly? Just seeing us all together like this brings me back home is all. Well, home will always be there for you when you're ready for it. And since things are more or less back to normal, how do you like your school, Tita? The press couldn't stop talking about Thors during the war, especially your instructors. Well, everyone's really nice. There's lots of funny and interesting people around here. I was a little afraid when I first came here, but now I feel totally fine. That good, huh? Sounds like you've made some wonderful memories. Yeah. So make sure you give them a proper goodbye so you don't sour those fond memories. Huh? Don't worry. Once you're settled, you can invite all of your friends to come see you in Liberl. Oh dear. Come to think of it, I need to carve out some time in my schedule to talk this out with your instructors. Wait a second, Mum. What are you talking about? Why would I need to say goodbye? I'm not just here on a job, Tita. I'm here to take you back home. What? Why? This is out of nowhere. Not as much as you think. I heard that the branch campus stood in opposition to the government during the war. You think I'd leave my daughter in such a dangerous place after hearing that? There was a good reason behind that. We were just trying to... The reason isn't the point. You were caught and put under house arrest for a while, weren't you? Sure, but it all worked out. And if it hadn't, all it would have taken was a single small mistake and I might have never seen my little girl again. Still can't bear the thought even now. Mom, I know you might hate me for taking you back, but I can handle that. Can you, though? I can't handle losing you. But I want to stay here a little longer. Come on, Erica, she's been working her ass off over here. Zip it, Agate. If you'd protected her like you were supposed to, she wouldn't have been in danger in the first place. Yeah, because he can protect her from a war. Who was it who was so cocky when he said he'd keep her safe the day he left her? Because it's certainly not you. Don't blame Agate for this. No one could have predicted what happened, and I just didn't have the experience to. Nah, she's right. If I'd done my job, you wouldn't have been in half the trouble you were in. I got nothing to defend myself with. Still. With that said, let me ask you this. Why do you want to stay after all that's happened? Well, I'm still in the middle of classes. It'll be another year until I graduate. That doesn't matter. It matters to her, you fool. You don't care? Not as much as I care about the real reason you came to Erebonia. I want to study under Professor Schmidt and complete the Orbal Gear 3. And since Estelle and Joshua couldn't come here before, figured I could be the one to help Oliver out. Now those answers matter. I read your report. I think you did amazing work on the Orbal Gear 3, which of course my daughter would. Prince Olivert is safe and your friends can now enter the country with no problem. From where I'm sitting, you've already gotten everything you could want out of Erebonia. When you put it like that, maybe, but... Did all of you know Mum came here to take me home? Yes, we did. We tried convincing her otherwise. You sure you won't reconsider? I think you know what I'll say to that, Estelle. Tita really likes it here. What's the harm in letting her enjoy it while she's still in school? She likes being at home too, and there's nothing she couldn't learn in Liberl that she'd learn in Erebonia. That means it's time for her to come back home. You're only thinking of yourself. It's not true. Am I really wrong? Yes. I think so. If I can keep producing results, that proves there's more I can stand to learn here, right? I suppose. The logic's certainly sound enough. We'll be here for a while, so I see no reason not to entertain the idea. We all have plenty of time to wait for her to produce results. We'll be operating out of the branch campus since it's where Professor Schmidt is staying. I highly doubt Tita will be in any danger between now and when we leave. No way she would. Fine. Really? Yes, really, but on 2 conditions. First, you must produce results that can convince me within 4 months. Second, after that you must clear a test of my choosing. If you can fulfill those 2 conditions, I'll let you stay at Thor's till graduation. That seems more fair. It's like she's heard her out and been like, okay, I'll see if like you can prove your point. If you can prove your point, then yeah, you can stay. That's more fair. That's more fair. Fair. It's more fair. Fair. I won't say it's fair, just more fair. Project Orbal Gear number 4. Alright, it's life or death here, so let's kick off our first official meetup for Project Orbal Gear number 4. Mint, it's not that big of a deal, we're just brainstorming. You say that, but if your mum isn't happy with what we come up with, then she's gonna pull you from the branch campus. I know. So it is life or death. There's no such thing as going overboard today, because we're as on board can be. We'll need every resource the engineering team here can get their hands on, so let's rock this out. Aye, lassie. We don't plan on skipping if you're at stake. That's so sweet. Okay, so I do have to help my uncle with his project, so I won't be able to help all the time. Sorry. Can't I say we're gonna be much help either? We might have some trouble following along when it comes to the more complex aspects of this project. That's perfectly okay, just having you here means the world to me. And I've got to be the one to handle most of it. If I hand too much over, then it's like I've lost the point of it being given to me. You're so nice. That's the spirit. Forget everything else. We're here for you 100%. Then let's do this. Thank you, guys. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's really kick off our first official meetup for Project Orbal Gear number 4. You keep saying first, miss. So how many more meetings do you have planned for this project? 0. We've only got 4 months. If we don't figure out what we need to do right now, we're going to be screwed on time. Then why call it the first? It felt cool, you know. I was just going with it. So, Tita, number 4, eh? You just finished developing the Orbal Gear 3, right? Can't be easy trying to one-up yourself so soon. If you're going to convince the professor to let you stay, shouldn't you go with less of a challenge? No, it has to be this. My mum designed the first Orbal Gear. If I really wanted to recognize my skills, then improving the very thing she started is the way to go. I got you now. Makes sense. Then you won't have another word from us. So where do we start? Do you have a concept in mind for little baby number 4 that's better than Big Daddy number 3? Little baby number 4, Big Daddy number 3. It's a wee world in that little noggin, Gustav. Trying to understand it or just do your own head in. That's what I'm stuck on right now. Everyone's helped turn the Orbal Gear 3 into something with incredible specs. Surpassing that is going to require some major overhaul. I don't even know where to start. That'll put a damper on things, yeah. Well, what can the previous models do? What can we add? There's gotta be something. You know, I felt my heart skip a beat when I first saw a Panzer Soldat flying around. What about that? Flying? Yeah, that could... well, concern. Any more faces and I think I was going through pics on a stereoscope. I can't even tell if you like the idea or not. I like the direction, but we wouldn't be the first to do it. But the Orbal gear is a Russell thing, isn't it? It is, but 2 years ago, ZCF and the Epstein Foundation developed something called the Eidolon gear. It's like a sister weapon to the Orbal gear. Oh, like Elisa's EXA. Yeah. But 3 companies were involved with the EXA, whereas the Eidolon gear mostly has Foundation tech to make it stand out. I am almost certain it was capable of manned flight. Wow, and that's something. Is there a reason the 3 didn't incorporate it if the technology is already out there? Well, to be honest, it's because I just don't know a whole lot about the Eidolon gear. That's an easy fix, all we gotta do is ask. Ah, the laptop. I understand. I'll answer any questions you have. Thank you so much, Tio. No need to thank me. ZCF helped make it happen, so it's the least I can do to share. To start, the Eidolon gear did achieve flight to some degree, but it was far from perfect. What happened? 2 things: performance and operational time. It's possible to fly with a pilot in the seat, but add another Curim, and performance drops dramatically. It also significantly refuses how long it can operate. It isn't designed for multi-purpose work for long periods, forget flight combat. Let's see. The Orbal Gear 3 solved the operational time issue and it adapted well to suit its pilot's needs on the spot. Another thing is that the Eidolon gear can't function without first linking with the Eon system. It was a progressive machine for its time, but it also came with some very big limitations. So it had some incredible stuff to it, but it lacked the versatility of the 3. Then adding a flight function to the 3 wouldn't be such a bad idea at all. Not bad, it's pure brilliant is what. Sounds like it would work much better than anything that's come before it, yeah. It's not like we can just snap it on, right? It's only got so much heft. It's not like we can apply some kind of booster like with the Panzer Soldats. It won't be easy veering around tight turns with how it's built too. Not easy isn't the same as impossible, so no matter how hard it is, I'm gonna make it happen. Oh, you're all kinds of inspired. We may have some materials that could help, so I'll put them together and send them to you in a bit. Thank you. Thanks to your input, we now have a plan, and this one is sure to make Mum see what I'm made of. Hopefully. She can be quite stubborn. 1 month later. How's progress going? We brought snacks. Uh-oh. Oh, hi Sandy. Hi Freddy. You look like you've seen better days. That's nothing Freddy's fighting formula can't fix. Oh no, don't. Go on, give it a bite. What's in it? It's a special blend of 7 kinds of bugs that help fight fatigue. It's bitter, it's so bitter! But what is this deep, rich aftertaste? It's like I'm being swathed in a warm blanket of pure energy. Phew. Feel like a whole new Tita now. Nothing beats a second wind, right? Well, like nothing beats whatever it is you just gave me. I've got some sandwiches too if you're hungry. Ooh, I fancy a sandwich now. I'd love some, Sandy. And thanks a bunch, Freddy. No thanks needed, anything for a cooking club comrade. Right. I haven't been able to drop by the club at all lately. Please, if anything, we wish we could do more for you. We're in your corner, Tita. Next year won't be the same if you aren't there to cook with us. I really want to stay too. So far so good on the plan then, I hope. Well, going by how out of it you were, I'm guessing not. I've made a prototype after prototype, but none of them quite make the cut in terms of specs. Feel bad since everyone's going out of their way to help, but to be honest, I'm stumped. Have you tried asking Professor Schmidt? I don't know, he might just glare at her before brushing her off. I know he's a little scary up front, but I think he'd still give me a hint if I asked. It's just that I don't want him to. My friend's helping me out is one thing, but he's a professor. Yeah, but he's a professor here in Erebonia, and that's the point you're trying to prove, that there is much more you could learn here. And since he's here, that makes that point very well. If this whole thing moves forward based on the input of someone whose mum's equal, then is it really my project anymore? That's a valid point, sure. That means your roadblock's not going anywhere. So when I hit a wall or something, I do something else to take my mind off it. Oh, you know, I do that too. If I'm stuck on cooking, I like to go out hunting. Want to take a run through the mountains? I'll pass on the mountains, but I like the direction this is going. Actually, I haven't analysed that device Professor Schmidt gave me yet. Yeah, I was going to say, that's going to be his hint before any of this happened. Think I'll start there, who knows? Maybe I can even solve it if I put another all-nighter. I'm not sure that's going to help. What? Sure it is. Different strokes, Sandy. Do what makes you tick, Tita. As long as you don't overdo it anyway. Thanks, you two. Just make sure you get some cups of teas going so you got that caffeine and the tannins to keep you relaxed. What's up with this reaction? Is this some sort of gravitational engine? But how is it so small? Yeah, there you go. Can't think of any practical use for this off the top of my head. Could be a prototype. Gravitational engine, come on. Think I get why the professor gave this to me now. Yeah, now here. Professor Schmidt, do you have a moment? Only just. Keep it brief. It's about the device you gave me. I thought I told you there wasn't a need for periodic updates. It's not that, I just wanted to confirm something about how it's used. Do whatever you want with it. Huh? I said do whatever you want with it. Now, no more questions. Then I will. Thank you, Professor. I'll see you later. He gave it to her on purpose. You know how he is. And blah blah, blah blah blah. Lamp shot. Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah. 2 months later. This is only part 1 though, so like, what? I thought we'd only be doing parts of this. North Languedoc Canyon Road. Oh, it's blue. Dabba-dee-dabba-die. Okay, it's time for the final operational trial. Guess it'll have to be. We've only got 2 days until you present your findings to Erica. You ought to be proud of how far you've come. Maybe. Never dreamed the unit the professor gave me would turn out to be a new gravitational engine. The internals are really unique, so it took lots of tweaking to make it work. After fitting it into this prototype, I couldn't believe the kind of results I was getting. So that set the direction I needed to follow. After that, new ideas just kept coming, and the prototype was done before I knew it. I've done a few flight tests and made improvements after each, and now... what is it, Agate? Nothing. I just like how passionate you are. Sometimes I just get the fire in me and I can't stop yammering. Anyway, thanks for coming with me today. Like I'd let you come all the way out here alone. Why did you pick a spot in the middle of nowhere like this anyway? Well, this is my last chance to collect data, so I wanted to make the most of it. Nobody comes here and the elevation is naturally uneven. It's just perfect for flying around. Makes sense. Well, go wild. I'll be here watching you the whole way, so let me know if you need anything. Okay, I'm gonna get started. flies. Whoa! Hackett, I've finished the test course now. Good stuff. Here are all the numbers you wanted. No idea if they're good or not. Looked like you were flying pretty well to me, though. Oh, this is a big success. Huge! Mum's bound to be satisfied by numbers like this. Awesome. Guess all that's left is for Mama Bear to go over it with a fine-tooth comb. Sounds like you've got it in the bag. Thanks so much for all the help, Hackett. Maybe it's a bit premature to be saying this before Mum gives the okay, but I'm gonna need more of that while I'm at the academy. Huh, yeah, I got you. The guild's still understaffed in the Empire, so I wasn't planning on heading on home anytime soon. Coming to check on you every so often's easy enough. Yay. Oh? So what's that about? Something up with that airship? Could be some kind of mechanical failure. If the pilot can't ascend, it's going to crash into the mountain. Tch, that's not good. Good thing I have this unit. I'm gonna go and help. I'll help! Tita, it's only a test unit! Do you need a hand? This flight field's completely down. Can someone in there hear me? Who are you? There's no time to explain. Just please hold on tight. I'll do what I can. I need to elevate it somehow. Full power! Come on, Tita. Yeah, this isn't enough. Releasing output limiter. Is that wise? It's going up slightly.
Please, just a bit more. I did it. Now I just need to get back to Huh?
Land. Quickly.
Don't tell me it overheated.
Don't. Just land.
Huh? Agate!
You okay, Tita?
By the skin of my teeth, but yeah, I'm okay.
I can't take my eyes off of you for a second now, can I? Nothing but trouble, I swear.
I'm so sorry. If I hadn't run off like that on my own.
I'm teasing. You got nothing to apologize for. You probably saved the lives of everyone on that airship. You did the right thing, Tita.
You mean it?
Well, yeah.
Still, you might be safe.
But we can't say the same for the Orbal Gear 4, huh?
Wherever it is. What are you doing here? What? How does that connect to anything? Other than, the gravitational stuff, but, The two eventually descended to the bottom of the canyon and recovered the Orbal Gear 4's wreckage. Unfortunately, it was clear that a few days wouldn't be enough to fix it. And peculiarly, the new engine fitted within was nowhere to be found. Uh-huh. In the end, Tita returned to the branch campus in low spirits, Agate gently patting her on the back in an effort to cheer her up. Oh, well, there's part 1 done. It is still a question of what was he doing there? Was it to recover the gravitational engine? Was that somehow related to his artifacts in some regard? I guess we'll potentially find out in part 2 of that. But it does leave me with questions. But they have the data and stuff. So surely her mother would... Well, she's very overprotective. I was going to say her mother would be okay with just the actual information, knowing it had happened. But again, we know how overprotective she is. She'll jump at any chance to be like, no, that's reason enough for you to come home. So you're coming home. That's how it should be. But that's us done with the daydreams for now, isn't it? There is no more
browsing interface
for us yet, and we don't have any more sealing stones. So what we'll do is we'll end this part here, and in the next part we'll see about doing the rounds. Probably a lot of VM, I imagine. Quite a bit. So we'll see you in the next part. Ta-da for now.